How to recognize a narcissist. Lessons I learned after 8 years. People often ask why someone stays in a relationship with a narcissist for so long. The truth is that narcissists are often incredibly skilled at adapting to the people around them. If they were cruel all the time, few people would remain. Instead, they alternate between affection and emotional withdrawal, praise and criticism, closeness and rejection. They create confusion. At first, there is often what psychologists call love bombing. You may feel as though you've met your soulmate, the mirror of your dreams, interests, and values. They seem to understand you in ways no one else ever has. Then, slowly, things begin to shift. You notice that your feelings are dismissed or minimized. If you express hurt, somehow the conversion turns back to how you have disappointed them. You start apologizing for things you didn't do wrong simply to restore peace. Arguments leave your feelings. Arguments leave your feelings confused because you enter them certain of what happened and leave wondering whether you imagine it at all. This is often called gaslighting. You begin question your memory, your perception, even your sanity. You may hear phrases such as, "You are too sensitive, you are overreacting, that never happened, you are imagining things. Everyone agrees with me. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reached this way." One of the most painful aspects is that narcissists can be extraordinarily capable. They know how to present themselves differently depending on their audience. Friends, colleagues, and family members may see them as charismatic, generous, or admirable. This can leave you feeling isolated because the person you experience is private, is very different from the person that would less see. Over time, your world becomes smaller. You become hyper vigilant, constantly monitoring for their moods. You walk on eggshells. You stop bringing up topics that might trigger conflict. You lose touch with your own needs because survival within the relationship becomes your priority. For me, it took 8 years to realize that love should not require the constant abandonment of oneself. Healthy relationships involve accountability. People make mistakes, but they can acknowledge them, apologize sincerely, and work toward change. Narcissistic patterns, however, often involve blame shifting. Nothing is ever truly their responsibility. There is always another explanation, another person to blame, another reason why your hurt feelings are somehow evidence of your own flaws. Recognizing these patterns does not mean labeling every difficult person as a narcissist. Only quiet professionals can diagnose a narcissistic personality disorder, but you do not need a diagnosis to acknowledge that the relationship is harming you. If you constantly feel unseen, confused, diminished, exhausted, or responsible for another person's inability to take accountability, it's worth paying attention. The greatest lesson I learned it was this: love should expand you, not erase you. Real love allows disagreement without punishment. It creates safety rather than fear. It invites authenticity instead of demanding self betrayal. Living on even recognizing the truth is not easy. There might still be love, grief, guilt, and doubt. But healing begins the moment you trust your own experience again. After years of questioning yourself, you slowly remember who you were before you learned to shrink. And perhaps this is the beginning of coming home to yourself.